Welcome to the Motormouth YouTube channel. I'm Zach.
I'm Andrea.
And we are going to, Andrea and I, give our best guess as to what the new RAV4 is going to look like, be powered by, have interior-wise. We don't have any information from Toyota. This is just what, Andrea?
This is just us speculating what we think it will look like. We're getting a lot of questions from viewers about the new 2026 RAV4. When is it coming? And we have a production update as to when this RAV4 might be coming.
Yeah, we're going to tell you when it's supposed to go into production. We did get a note from the factory about that. And the internet is full of people speculating when it's going to come out. We believe it's going to be soon. We don't have any information, but we're going to jump right into...
Well, nothing confirmed from Toyota.
Yeah.
So even all of the things that you see online right now, all of the rumors, all of the images, are just that.
Okay, what do you want to start with on the outside? Andrew and I don't agree on this stuff, by the way. I think let's start with what we can agree on.
Well, let's do the powertrain first.
Yeah.
What do we think the powertrain is going to be? We've talked about this a lot in our Questions, Coffee, and Cars segments. We think it's going to be electrified, hybrid, and plug-in hybrid.
Yeah, so if you look at the trend of Toyota over the last few years, you saw it with Sienna. That was the first one to go all hybrid. Camry just last year was introduced as hybrid only. You have the Crown Signia, which is hybrid only. So the trend is to go to hybrid only. The other part of the story is a lot of people not aware that Toyota just finished a brand new battery facility in the United States, which is going to be able to make loads more batteries for not only plug-ins and electrified vehicles, but also hybrids. So that's going to be the source, I would suspect, of this new RAV4.
So we think it's going to have the same powertrain, 2.5 liter, 4-cylinder, hybrid powertrain. I believe it'll get the 5th generation hybrid system like the Camry. The question is, will it stay with a combined 219 horsepower, or will it bump to the all-wheel drive Camry of 232 horsepower? I really don't believe that it's going to get the combined 240 horsepower of the Crown Signia, because I believe that the Signia is really a special model unique
premium,
to Toyota.
Yeah, they have to walk that fine line of giving people maybe a little bit more power, but also having it uber efficient, which is why people buy the RAV4. It is the best-selling passenger vehicle in the United States and Canada. If you take pickup trucks out of it, it's the best seller. So I agree with Andrew. I think it's going to move up to around the 230 range, right, with Camry, not as high as 240 in the eCVT, and we still believe a plug-in is going to be available.
Oh, for sure the plug-in, I believe. I mean, the rumors online are saying that this RAV4 plug-in hybrid is going to have more range. And I hope so. In my gut, I believe it will have more range, and here's why. This could change, but at this time, these manufacturers, if they are producing plug-in hybrids, by 2030, the Canadian government is mandating that they have 80 kilometers plus range, which is 50 miles. Will that change the mandate? It could, but for now, because this is an all-new RAV4, I believe that it will have more range.
It might not get to the 50 miles. They might bump it up a little bit. You've still got some time. That's 5 years away, right? We believe it's probably going to have more range. All the images we're showing you, by the way, are the existing models. We have no information on the new one. So I want to move now, Andrea, to the way it looks. Andrea and I disagree on this.
I think we disagree in some. You go ahead and say what you want, and then I'll say my side.
But then I think we can kind of have our cake and eat it too. And I'll tell you why, Andrea. Because they just last week brought out the Corolla Cross, and they showed the XLE and the XLE Hybrid. The XLE has a more conventional grille, and the XLE Hybrid has a Crown Signia styled grille to it, more Lexus looking. Maybe with the RAV4, they're going to do something similar where they have all of the different grades. And I think at last count, RAV4 was available with like 16 different trims. So I think on different trims, they'll have different grills. But you think it's going to be more Crown Signia looking, right?
Well, I think that the grill, I've always said this from the get-go, when the new RAV4 comes out, you're going to see a body-colored grill like the Crown Signia. And I believe because Toyota just released the Corolla Cross with the hybrid powertrain is getting that body colored grille. The gas model has just that regular grille. So in the end, I think it's going to have a variation of that Crown Signia bodied color grille, which I think is going to look fantastic on a RAV4.
Okay, so that's Andrea's take on this. And I think they're kind of going to split the difference. I think they're going to have variations of it. My prediction is it's going to be more like the Grand Highlander. You see that also with the Corolla Cross with a more conventional looking grille. That will also be available. So it depends on the trim. Remember they had the outdoor, the wilderness, and then they had the TRD version of the existing RAV4 with different grills and things. I think that's what they might do for those models.
That's fair. I mean, it could be. I think it would be better to go with the body colored grille. I do believe that there will be some design elements of the Grand Highlander, possibly the headlamps.
And the rear
maybe
and the rear
the
lamps.
tail lamps.
Yep.
Although I think it would have been great if they went with that light bar in the back with the Signia, just to differentiate it from the Grand Highlander a bit. But it's probably going to still have that RAV4 boxy design.
Yeah, but they have so many different trims. So it's going to be interesting to see if they do different versions of it. Kind of like Tacoma. They have so many different grills for Tacoma. We'll wait and see. This is just our speculation. All right, so that's the outside. I think the overall shape's going to be very RAV4. You'll be able to spot it right away. But the inside is where they needed to make some major changes. The interior of the existing model is more industrial. It's more about, it's going to look the same for many years and hold up. It's not that premium on the inside. I'm hoping they add a little more premium. Back to the Camry for a second. I think you're going to see a similar kind of design on the inside from Camry.
I think with the Corolla Cross Hybrid that this updated model recently released, it comes with an available 10.5-inch touchscreen and an available 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster. We know already the current RAV4 has that available. They did that with the refresh Toyota. So the way I look at it is I believe that that 10.5-inch screen will become standard on the new RAV4. It probably will still come with the 7-inch multi-information display, only because when you look at the Grand Highlander specs,
They have that.
Grand Highlander comes standard with the 7-inch. I think there's going to be an available 12.3-inch touchscreen like the Grand Highlander has as standard equipment.
Yeah, that's my point, is I think it's going to be not so much like Corolla Cross. I think it's going to be more like some of the other new products, Camry, Grand Highlander, but it's going to have, like Grand Highlander, it'll still have the rugged knobs and shifter, because the RAV4 has to go from being a base model to an XLE to an XSE and maybe some other trims in there. Like I mentioned, they had a TRD for about a year. So that rugged kind of interior look with the big knobs, I think will carry forward.
Yeah, it's not going to have that elegance of the Crown Signia and the screens that are well integrated in it. I get it. I was actually hoping for something like that. I don't believe it's happening, but I do think that the 10.5-inch touchscreen will be standard in the new RAV4, and then you're going to get that 7-inch multi-information display available, 12.3-inch touchscreen, and 12.3-inch digital driver display.
Now, one big bugaboo of the current RAV4 is a panel roof is available for the United States market. Those are imported from Japan, built in the same factory where they make the RAV4 Prime, the plug-in. So that factory has the ability to make a cartridge for a panoramic sunroof.
Yeah.
The majority of the RAV4s are made north of the border here in Canada, and they currently do not have a panel roof available. However, the same factory makes the NX, the Lexus NX, which does have that. So I'm hoping, beyond hope, that we might finally get a panel roof in a RAV4.
I think we will, and we're also going to get Toyota Safety Sense 3.0. That's going to get, the new one will get the upgrade, I believe. As we see with all newer models, they're getting Toyota Safety Sense 3.0. I'm excited about this. I would like to see it get a little bit bigger because right now it's not best in class. You've got the Kia Sportage, the Honda CR-V, and the Hyundai Tucson with big rear seats. But I think overall, with the existing model of the RAV4, Toyota's done a really good job over the years updating it with features. It comes with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and they've always been very, very focused on price. When you start getting into the competitive set that Andrea just mentioned, and you look at the Toyota RAV4, especially the hybrid, there's killer value.
Yeah.
So we hope that they keep the price point very sharp and they don't use the cover of tariff wars and things to jack the price way up. I'm hoping they can give an incremental increase in price because it is a brand new vehicle, but still keep it so sharply priced because that's the real ace in the hole. Great value, hybrid technology that produces amazing fuel economy, amazing reliability, and killer resale value. That's why it is the best-selling passenger vehicle.
So we do have a production update. Initially, there were reports online that say that the RAV4 was going to arrive in the fall or winter of this year, but there's been a delay.
Yeah, we have our contact at TMMC, that's Toyota Motor Manufacturing Canada, and the lion's share of the North American RAV4s are made in Canada. And our contact wrote back to us just yesterday and said, listen, they've delayed it. It's a little bit delayed. It's going to start production in the beginning of 2026. So we're guessing the first half of 2026 is when it should hit dealerships. It's too bad it's being delayed. This is our speculation, nothing to do with Toyota.
No.
We think because of the whole tariff situation, they're probably dragging their feet a little bit to see what happens and then push it into production.
So type below, let us know what you think. Are you excited about this new RAV4? Do you agree with some of the thoughts that we have? Love to hear what your thoughts are.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.